Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Friday edition of the Turn-Based Thursday Fest stream. We're going to do the Necromancer's Tale. Have to update a little bit of data here. And welcome to the Friday edition. Everything that I tried to do to get stuff set up this morning went wrong. It's just the way it is. Some days. Anyway, here we go. The Necromancer's Tale. So let me show you what this one's all about. We have The Necromancer's Tale. It's a story-rich gothic RPG. Master the rituals of an ancient spellbook. Raise an undead army to march against your enemies. Commune with the realm of the dead and struggle with your descent into madness. Progress through secrecy, diplomacy, blackmail, coercion, and seduction until ready to reveal yourself. That sounds fun and unique. Like it. All right, and so some bookkeeping information that we're going to get out of the way early this morning is that I have keys for a few games to give away today, and we'll do that this afternoon. We're going to cover Menace at 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I have a key for this game as well, but I'm not entirely sure that it's going to work. So if you're interested in Menace, let me know and I'll tell you the easiest way to do that in a minute. I also have a key for Into the Breach. This is a very, very popular, very positive indie game that looks really fun. I've looked at this game for a long time. I'm not really into pixel graphics myself, which is why I haven't played it, but I've heard that if you're a fan of tactical turn-based games and robots, this is your bag. Knights in tight spaces. Control your environment, gather your party, and build your best deck to overcome outlaws and supernatural forces across a rich fantasy world. So it's a card builder, isometric, and turn-based strategy. I don't know anything about this game, but they gave me a key to give away. So if this looks interesting to you, I would also take a look at that. It looks kind of cool. I like the graphics. And then the last one I have to give away is a key for this, Zero Order Tactics. There you go. It's a hex-based, turn-based game. Strategy, turn-based strategy, pixel graphics. So I have a key for that. The easiest way to let me know that you would like to be in on one of these keys is to go to my membership page, to go to the home page and click this, view email address, shoot me an email at colorsfadegaming.youtube.com YT. And send me a note with your username and let me know in chat that you want the key, and I will do my best to get you a key for those games. All right, so with that said, we're ready to play the game. Let's get into this, The Necromancer's Tale. I've been looking forward to this one for quite a while. This came available. When we do these turn-based fests, they give you a gigantic Excel spreadsheet with all the different games that you might be able to get a key for. And when I started browsing games, this one looked really interesting to me. So let's just fire up and see what we're doing. So there's 3 difficulty modes: story mode, balanced, and strategy mode. If you enjoy narrative and adventure and want an extra challenge in combat, face more enemies in combat, 4 skill pool points per chapter, lower prices for items sold to a shop. Well, we tend to go for the balanced on first playthrough. So, oh, look at this. It's got a very Baldur's Gate
in the year of our Lord,
feel to
1701, the Republic of Venice went to war with the sovereign monarchy of Ralston. This war was over passage rights through the Adriatic Sea, though this point will rarely be brought up when the war is discussed by future historians.
Okay.
It was, like most wars, overstretched and too costly. Neither side could afford it, nor would they back down. Many lives were lost, and whatever the outcome, each nation would nurse its wounds for some time. The war raged on for 6 years, draining both countries' resources. But the Republic of Venice was older than Ralston and had deeper pockets. In a war of attrition, they would win, and both sides knew it. 3 generals from Ralston, 2 brothers and a close friend, came together to strategize, and came up with nothing. They would not win this war. In desperation, one reached out to a dark power and was told to make pilgrimage to Golgotha. With no other avenue, they spent 1 month sailing to the walls of Jerusalem, where they docked under cover of darkness. On the hill where the man named Jesus died, they met a figure, too old to identify as man or woman. It offered them a book, an already ancient thing made of pale leathers and filled with symbols that hurt their eyes to look upon. The thing smiled as they took it, a smile made of too many teeth. Full of dread for what they had seen and what they were about to do, they sailed for another month to get home. Things had gone badly in the time they were away. Soon they would have to surrender, and Ralston would fall into decline, one it was unlikely to survive. Whatever doubt the men had about using the knowledge in that book, their mind was set now. They cast its pages open and chanted dark incantations. And lo, did the dead walk upon the earth that night. Undead sailors hauled themselves into the Venetian boats. Soldiers dragged themselves from battlefields and clawed up from shallow graves to drive the Venetians from the land. The war was won. The Venetians could not fight Ralston's impossible numbers. They surrendered, the book was shut, and the dead were dead once more. The book was destroyed, but the world had noticed. Ralston had dark magic, and no shame in using it. Many enemies, without and within, were born that day. 1711. 3 years later, a child was born to one of the generals involved in unleashing the spell.
Okay, so this is character creation. That's a fun way to do it.
A beautiful baby boy.
Oh. Well, okay. Oh, so we get some points here. The night you were born, a blood moon hung low in the sky. There was a storm in the night you were born, one that came from nowhere. A ship was caught in it, doomed to be dragged to the ocean floor below. Or a comet passed overhead that night, one that cycled between purple and green. Oh, wow. Okay. A blood moon.
The night you were born,
Oh.
a blood moon hung low in the sky.
That's a fun way to do it.
Shepherds took their flocks in, and old women lit candles in windows to ward off such an ill omen.
One of the games that always reminds me of this kind of a character building sequence is Fallout New Vegas, and it was always so fun to do that. And then you still had a chance to adjust your stats at the end. But no, this is cool.
You were taken from your mother and left with a nursemaid for your first few days in this world.
She was a kindly girl from the town's poor quarters. While your paths crossed every few years, she has never reintroduced herself. Seeing you always cheers her up, and she is content with that. A distant cousin who hated being tasked with minding you. She largely ignored you, and when it was done, she told everyone what a fine job she did and how you both had an unbreakable bond. You have not spoken since. a heavyset lady who helped raise many children in town. She was lauded for her understanding of children and how their minds behaved, though nobody turned up at her funeral when she died of heart failure. Oh, well, my mom. This actually sounds most like my mom. A kindly girl from the town's poor quarters. My mom used to tell the story of how she really, really was smitten with this guy, and it seemed like they were going to get married, but she was literally from the wrong side of the tracks. There were train tracks that went into town and bisected the town, and the poor folk lived on one side and the elites lived on the other. So that phrase, the wrong side of the tracks, is rooted in the history of many American towns like the one my mom grew up in. And unfortunately now, as some of you know, my mother has really advanced dementia, so I'm having to witness the death of my mother before the actual death of my mother.
She was
It's
a
a very
kindly
sad
girl
thing.
from the town's poor quarters.
But we won't
While
get
your
any more
paths
impressed about
crossed
that
every
today.
few years, she has never reintroduced herself.
Impress plus one.
You were born into wealth and status and had all you could wish for.
Oh, I only wish.
But your parents never had another child, and your father was often preoccupied with his work. Your mother, distant, sickly and delirious, you heard another mother say. Hoffman, the family steward, raised you more than they. It was a lonely childhood. 1718. You are 8 years old. You play with friends from school, 2 poorer boys, Diedrich and Flip. Your father disapproves. You play in the graveyard outside the city. Nobody goes there without an armed guard. But children do not care for such things. Children are small and fast and can outrun Ghoul. At least when the sun is up.
Interesting other side story. Today just may be story time with me here. My own son, when he was in kindergarten, or what they did at the time, they had a half kindergarten, half first grade kind of day. He had 2 boys that he was hanging around in his class that were very bad influences on him. And when it came time to talk about moving him to first grade at the end of the year, the teachers were very adamant that it would be a really good idea to hold him back and get him away from those boys. So my wife and I at the time made the really hard decision and said, yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's hold him back another year. And it ended up being the best thing for him. He's turned into an incredibly fine human being, and I'm really happy that he's my son. I'm just so happy for him. He's turned into be a really good person. So that decision that happened in kindergarten and first grade turned out to be okay. Richard Dragon 8290 says, I once tried to argue how poor my school was with someone from the Bronx. I was winning until he told me how many students were in his class. Sorry about mom. I went through it with my grandma and dad. Yeah. I'm real big into funding research and science because there are so many awful diseases that we have that I think we could find solutions for, like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's and dementia. And watching someone go to dementia is really difficult. And anybody who's seen the movie 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler, there's the scene where you meet 10-second Tom, and by the time he gets done shaking 3 or 4 people's hands, you know, he's like, hello, I'm Tom. And then he goes back to the first person. Hi, I'm Tom. That's about where my mom is now. I'm thankful that she can still remember who I am. And she gets very excited when she sees me because I am her favorite child. But she just can't do anything anymore. She's wasting away. It's really sad. Anyway.
One day, as you
thanks for being here, Richard, and thanks for
hear
commenting.
a rustling coming from some trees. You all freeze. Then a stone whizzes out of the green and hits you on the head. You stare in disbelief, a slow trickle of blood running down your face, partially blocking sight from your left eye.
Richard says, my whole school from kindergarten to 8th grade had 112 kids. Yeah, that's a very small town. My son is in one of those small rural communities across America. He's about 45 minutes away. And he's coming up on this is the end of his junior year. He's going to be a senior next year. Star running back for the football team. So much fun to watch their team last year. But anyway, they have about 25 kids per grade level. So extract that in times 12, and that's the size of their school, you know. My school, because my ex-wife and my baby mama, she went to the same school my son's going to. And so her graduating class when she had her 10-year anniversary reunion was 25 people. I went to a school and I worked on the yearbook, so I know almost everybody. My graduating class was 366 kids, and that's about how many they have every year. So it was wild to me to see people come from, like my ex-wife, come from a very, very small school where their whole graduating class was 25 people, and they'd spent 12 years going to the same school and being with the same 25 people for the most part, you know. Sometimes people move in and move out, but that was wild to me because in my school, when you have 366 kids, not everybody knows everybody unless you do something like I did and work on the yearbook, and then you kind of have to know everybody. So, you got a slow trickle of blood running down your face, partially blocking sight from your left eye. The leaves part. Your cousin Lucas, 10 years your senior, steps out. You scan the tree line and spot Sophia, a girl you recognize from school. Ooh. A group of other children from the city emerge from the tree line. You recognize the leader, a boy named Willard. Oh, we're going for Sophia.
You scan the tree line and spot Sophia, a girl you recognize from school. She throws another stone at you, but you are ready and avoid it.
Stay still! I need you to bleed enough for a ghoul to sniff you out.
Oh,
she calls out.
I want to see them hunt.
Oh man, this is bringing so many memories back from my childhood, but we got to get to the gameplay, so I'll stop telling side stories here. You pick up a stick, and when she next flings a stone, you bat it aside. Oh, I see. That's going to affect your dexterity, probably. Or what do they have up here? Strength, agility. Okay, they got agility instead of dexterity. You want to be careful up there. My father says they hide in trees during the day to grab up any fools looking for a spot of shade. That'll probably handle your knowledge. Why would you want to see a ghoul hunt me? Hunt anyone?
You'd want to be careful
Oh,
up there.
convince. Okay.
My father says they hide in trees during the day.
I'm going to be really interested to see how these stats... Oh, this is cool. You can hover over them. Okay. So convince is the ability to tell lies and talk people into doing your bidding. Impress refers to your charm. Riz, as the kids call it nowadays. I always, the kids call it Riz nowadays, and it took me like a year to understand what they were saying. I always remember E.T. when he starts yelling 0 charisma. I always thought that was one of the funniest things as a kid. I'm like, nobody who doesn't play Dungeons and Dragons knows what this is about, but it's hilarious. Analyze is the ability to read other people's truthfulness and intentions. Yeah, well, if you're autistic or neurodivergent, you can do that pretty well.
In a panic, she dropped her stones and looked in the branches around her.
You're lying!
As soon as she said it, there was a screeching from another tree near her, and the branches moved.
Oh!
One has caught your scent. You're done for now.
He called.
Rubbish.
She froze. The smile on your face dropped.
Why aren't you running? It's gonna get you.
She didn't move. The rustling and screeching grew nearer.
Run, Sophia! Run!
You screamed, hurting your lungs. Once she saw your worry, the colour drained from her face. She dropped down from the tree and ran crying back to the dead man's gate. That's when Flip dropped from the second tree. She had been too busy throwing stones at you to see him sneaking towards her. You, he, and Diedrich had a good laugh and returned soon to play. When you saw her next, she had realized the trick you'd played on her. She found it funny. Soon she began joining you and Flip and Diedrich in the graveyard, and fast became your fourth.
Well, that's how it happens. You dip their pigtails in your ink pot, and the next thing you know, you're getting married.
That night you are woken by voices outside your window.
I like the person they have narrating this.
You look out. You can see the graveyard, though you know it's normally on the other side of the house and too far away to see. In it, 2 people dig up a grave. Despite the distance and lack of light, you can make out the name on the tombstone. Your father's. One of the people stops. Then, and without moving their body in any way, they turn their head to look at you. You do not recognize them. They grin an unearthly grin at you, so eerie that it wakes you from your sleep. By morning, you have forgotten it all. Years later, you catch sight of yourself in a mirror, and the memory of this dream comes back to you as you suddenly realize that the face staring at you had been your own, the one you have now as an adult. 1721. One morning, your mother comes to your school. She takes you out, even though classes are not finished. She says everything is okay, but you do not believe her.
You do not believe her. Okay. It's her appearance that gives her away. Her mannerisms tip you off.
Her mannerisms tip you off. She is normally so distant, but today is very close, holding hands and hugging you, kissing your cheek even. She brings you around the town. First you stop to buy sugared apples, then she takes you shopping. New clothes, new books, new toys, a luggage trunk. She brings you to the castle and, with some whispered words and coins exchanged, the guard lets you into the grounds. You go to the pond and throw bread and watch fish pop their heads up to steal from the ducks. You walk the city walls and the two of you take in the view. The sea to the west, the hills to the south, the forest to the east and north, and beyond the northern tree line, the road that leads to the capital. That, she tells you through teary eyes, is where you're going. You won't understand until you're older. Maybe not even then. You need more than I can give you, more than I can be. You protest. She cries. When she stops crying, she doesn't remember where you are, how you got there. A watchman brings you home. There your father glares at you, angry that you upset your mother, angry at your non-compliance. Hoffman brings you to your room to help you put your new clothes and books and toys into your new trunk. He tells you that she loves you, that this is for the best. A few days later, your carriage rides out of town. In your children's stories, events like this happen on rainy days, but today is sunny and clear-skied. As the carriage crests a hill, you can look back towards the city and see it all. The farms, the walls, the groves, the castle, the seas. Your home. How do you feel as you are taken away?
Hurt. A deep wound of betrayal.
I hurt. A deep wound of betrayal. My parents are supposed to look after me, not discard me. 1722. A year has passed. More quickly than you might have expected. Winter's first snow falls lightly outside. You watch from your dorm and reflect on your time here.
Richard says the narration is great, and I concur. You know, a lot of times in indie games like this, they won't take the expense or the time to have somebody narrate it. And then when they do, it's not always good. This guy's great. I'd read whatever audiobook he's narrating. This year was hard on you. You started many fights. You ended many too. So this is a funny thing. Like I said, it's going to be story time with Colors Fade this morning. My dad, when I was little, I got picked on a lot in school because I didn't know at the time that I had ADHD, and that was why I got targeted a lot. I was really a different kid from everybody else. And I didn't understand it, and kids would pick fights with me. And I remember one day at the breakfast table, my dad said, listen, don't you ever start a fight with anybody for any reason. He goes, but if somebody starts one with you, you finish it. And that stuck with me for the rest of my life. And that's exactly how every fight in grade school, middle school, and high school went. I ended all of them. I never started a single one. And later on, we were talking a couple of years ago, well, maybe even a year ago. I have dinner with my dad on Thursdays every couple of weeks when I have band practice. And I was telling him about it, and he's like, I don't ever remember saying that. But he's 85 now. He's like, I don't remember telling you that. I'm like, well, you did, because it stuck with me super hardcore. That's funny. You are thankful for the library here. Books have been your salvation. Oh boy, were they ever.
You are thankful for the library here. Books have been your salvation.
I read a lot as a kid.
You look at the collection of books scattered around you now. Buried under them are the books your mother bought you over a year ago.
Impress -1.
You have read them many times. You miss her. 1725. Your schooling is done now. Your time here is over. You spent much of this year deciding what to do next.
So you can continue with your education. Said to follow in your father's footsteps and join the military. I did that too. One of your professors said she saw something in you, a spark that would see you well in the world of courtly intrigue. Ooh, no, education.
In the end,
Ooh,
you decided to continue with education.
okay.
You are unsure where this will lead you, but you wanted a life of experimentation and discovery. This was more important to you than riches.
That is certainly true.
With your path decided, you found you had time before your training began, so you made the trip home to visit your parents and tell them of your plans.
Ricci joins the chat and says it almost sounds like Sir Davos, or the actor that plays him from Game of Thrones. I agree. He sounds very similar to him. And Sir Davos, I mean, how is he not one of your favorite characters in that show? I love that guy. I miss that show. I kind of want to go back and rewatch it again. The wife and I have been rewatching a couple of shows. We went back and rewatched Deadwood this summer. And it was so funny because after we got through the third season, it's my favorite show of all time. And when we got through the third season, my wife was so sad. And she's a person who never rewatches anything ever. And she's like, so this was her second time seeing Deadwood. And she goes, I miss my friends. I want to watch it again. I'm like, you want to watch it a third time? So we're watching Justified now, which we never finished before because we love Timothy Oliphant. And when we get done watching Justified, she's like, what do you want to watch next? I'm like, well, you wanted to watch Deadwood again. But I think what we might watch, because it's been so long that we've kind of forgot all the plot beats, is we might rewatch The Sopranos. You know, we were young when that show came out, and it's been like 20 years. So it would be almost like watching a new show for us. Ricci says Deadwood is so good. Yes, it is. The writing is amazing, and it's like modern day Shakespeare. It's just so good.
Your travel home feels faster than it was leaving. Perhaps mindset, perhaps age, perhaps because you have done it once already and can spy milestones. Whatever the reason, you arrive home to your mother and Hoffman awaiting you. Your father is not there, but joins you for dinner that evening. It had been 4 years since you were home. Not a long time for some, but a quarter of your life. You had this idea that you had matured, changed so much in that time, but...
Your attempts to gain access to the library's restricted area are rejected. The master there refuses you. Those books are not for children. You try to wow your friends with the tales of your time away, and it pains you when they don't seem impressed. You still find your father to be as inscrutable as ever. Richard Dragon says, I'm mad at Deadwood only because so many people moved here because of that show. I don't even live near where the show takes place. Oh, yeah. That's got to be a disadvantage there. I'm not she would. Let's see. Okay. Library.
Your attempts to gain access to the
Oh.
library's restricted
We lose a
area
convince.
are rejected. The master there refuses you. Those books are not for
I
children.
know. Ricci says watch Firefly, then the movie. I need to rewatch all that stuff. Serenity is one of my favorite movies. I mean, I love that movie to death. And of course, with whatever the Firefly announcement is coming Sunday, it's going to be so exciting. I need to watch. I at least want to rewatch Serenity. Probably Saturday night.
You tell her of the books available to you in the school and of your studies and how you are able for the secrets hidden in her library's vaults, but she assures you that your mind is not ready for what you would find within. Despite this, it is good to be home again, to see your friends and family. You have a good summer. As you leave for your new training, you wonder how long until you come home next, and how you will have changed by then.
And how everything else changes when you come home. That's what I remember. I went away into the military, and I had a very, very long technical school compared to most MOSs. So by the time I got home, my town had changed significantly, and that was kind of shocking.
1727. You are nearly 2 years into your training now, and it goes largely as expected. You miss home, but the pangs grow less as time passes. One day, you learn that your class has been granted an audience with the great scientist Isaac Newton. When you enter his home in Hampshire, a young lady, his niece you later learn, brings you into the drawing room.